Hello, Howard Hoover. This is Mr. Hain. This video goes along with our third grade metal repousse project. Now, we did this project together in the beginning of the year. In the fall, we went and we found leaves and then we traced them and transferred them to our copper sheet. I'm going to show you this week how we're going to use our aluminum foil at home. You can fold it and you can make your own plate, and then we can do our repousse into that. The difference is the aluminum foil is going to be much thinner and a little more delicate than the heavier copper that we use, but still it's fun and something that you can do at home. So for this project, you're going to need just some basic aluminum foil, probably want a pair of scissors, and then a pencil to draw on our aluminum foil with. You don't want it super sharp because it's a good chance it could rip it. The example I have that I was working on, and I was kind of playing around with some colors on it, but I made these flowers in here. And remember, the raised side, the side that's raised up, is the finished, the good side. We draw and we press in the back. Okay? Let me bring you in here and we'll get started. So something too, if you remember, to make our marks in our foil or our copper that we did at school, you need to have, we used felt, you need to have something soft, because as you make marks and press into the foil, it needs somewhere to go. So I just used some paper towels here, folded up, will work just fine. Okay? For my foil, I pulled off a piece that's about 18 inches long to get a piece that's this big, which is about 4 inches by 3 inches. So when we're making this, okay, the first thing we want to do is make our foil. What we want to try to do is keep it as smooth and flat as possible, and we're just going to fold it in half. So take this, fold it in half the best we can. Try to work out any of those little wrinkles. And if you have an edge that's uneven, we can always trim it. That's what the scissors are for. Smooth this out. You can try to work out all of those creases. Fold it in half again. Smooth out any of those creases at the corners. Press it flat. If I really apply some pressure there, try to smooth it out. Fold it in half again. And pressing it flat. This is pretty good, but I think I'm going to go one more fold, just so it's a little bit thicker, a little bit sturdier. Again, try to keep any wrinkles from happening. Smooth that out. Check both sides. You want to try to find, the best side that's going to be the good side, and remember that we're going to put the good side facing down, the front of it anyway. So look at this. See how I can see those edges? I'm going to make this the back of the project. So once I have my foil ready to go, take my paper towels, press it here. Remember, this is the back, so the back's going to be facing me. Bring you in a little closer so I can see. Now I would just draw whatever I want onto my foil. If I do flowers again, remember you're going to be putting pressure onto your foil to make your marks, but if I put a lot of pressure all at once, there's a good chance I'm just going to rip my foil. So I'm going to go make a few passes, kind of gently pressing in to make a mark. Then I might draw my petals. Just like we did in class too, like if I flip this over, they're not quite deep enough. Okay, like that could probably be made deeper. I'll go back, just apply more pressure, slowly working it deeper into the foil. And if you rip this first layer back here, it's not the end of the world, because again, it's the back. So I take my time. You can draw very light at first, just so you get your marks, and then you get a good idea of what's there, and if you like it, then I can go back again, making them deeper. Now, we glued our leaves onto black paper. When we were done, I would strongly recommend gluing this onto something. It doesn't have to be a black piece of paper, but something, because it'll keep the foil from coming apart. So I press that in, flipped it over. Now you can actually see our design is pretty cool. If you have other edges too, like this, before I glue it, I'd probably trim that off. Also, when you glue it, I would try to glue all of these pieces together. You don't need a ton of glue, just like a dab here and here, you know, here and here before you glue the final thing on, but that will keep it from folding once it's glued on there. Okay, but there you have it. There you can kind of make your own little metal plate just by using a little bit of aluminum foil. Remember, the more you use, the heavier it's going to be, a little bit sturdier. But again, make sure you don't use up all your aluminum foil in your house. Okay? All right, guys, have fun with it. I'll be excited to see what you make.